Children's Theater Company presents Something Happened in Our Town, the compelling story of two young friends struggling to make sense of our world. Buy tickets for your family today. Previously on Something Happened in Our Town, from page to stage.
So here in the scene shop, we create the world in which the play exists.
As a scenic designer, I get to be a part of this storytelling.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so the costume shop is awesome, first off. they are fantastic. Yeah. They're fantastic artisans and storytellers.
The music and the soundscape is a character, so I'm here to help tell that story.
Lighting is used to sculpt and help tell the story of the show. It's an integral tool because if there's no light, you can't see anything.
Come see the show.
A WCCO original in partnership with Children's Theater Company. This is Something Happened in Our Town, from page to stage. Episode 3, Inside Rehearsals.
Yeah, Something Happened in Our Town by Cheryl L. West. Yeah.
In a rehearsal, anything can happen. We have days where we sit just at the table and we just go over the script, and we're sort of like Batman detectives. What are the clues? What can we take away from the character? What's important? What does the audience need to hear? Then there are days where we're only on our feet and it's a bit of chaos and script pages are flying and changes are being made.
Every soul in that space on a nightly basis, we're destined to be in that room to tell this story.
We've exhausted that subject, Malcolm.
Every time we go back, it goes deeper, and hopefully, and in this case it's true, it feels and sounds more and more natural, organic, like it's really happening.
We've exhausted that subject, Malcolm.
Anybody want anything else while I'm up? Oh.
It's a tense atmosphere, When we began reading the script, I pictured this being a tightrope. And we're all walking on this tightrope, trying to hold on to get from point A to point B without falling off.
The play Something Happened in Our Town is based on a book. And in the book, there is a police shooting.
Those who have any inkling of what the subject matter of this play is will be bringing in this theater, at minimum, their preconceived ideas about the impact of what happens in a community when a white cop kills an unarmed black man.
A police-involved shooting. They called us all in.
Oh, Manny.
So now we're erring on the side of caution.
But what aren't you telling me?
Look, let me call you back.
Manny!
And I intuitively and viscerally can feel the extra impact that an audience coming in to watch that story in Minneapolis will have. Part of our job also is to leave enough space, enough air in the storytelling so that the audience's preconceived ideas and energies and perceptions can mesh with it and they can be a part of the journey and take it at their pace, as opposed to creating a production that is airtight. This is what we believe and this is what we feel about these things and this is how we leave the story. Got to really just make that very porous for two reasons. One, so that the audience has the opportunity, if they wish, to actually get caught up in it. And for the acting company, it is essential for their health and well-being that they also keep it porous and allow that energy coming from the audience to be part of the drive.
Timothy has just been a breath of fresh air.
He's created a safe space. Secondly, he does a check-in.
So it's been a minute since we've visited this. Any thoughts, questions before we go in?
And that's all artists need. As long as we're nurtured, we'll give you all we have.
When actors are being effective in their work, our systems, our emotional, psychophysical systems, don't know that we're acting. It thinks that it's really happening to us. So the actor's goal is always to be as truthful as possible. So after putting on his feet the first time, when we come back to it, the body believes, oh, right, this thing is happening, so then it's more natural.
Call her mother by her first name? Since she's rarely here, I hadn't noticed it before.
So, Mom, can we call you Bella?
I don't think so. He never wants us to muster up anything fake. Right. Like we've always, he's like, you don't have to go to it. Like it's in you. Like whatever emotions come at the moment or whatever you feel and however you say the line, then say it that way. You know what I mean?
If you keep coming in and say, boy, I haven't solved this, I keep working on things, never feel like the job is done, and that way you're always in the moment, you're always listening, you're always passing off to your fellow actors, and that way the play stays alive, it keeps growing, it keeps furthering that story.
Cheryl's writing is so brilliant and so real that it'll just take you to the place that you need to be emotionally. What the subject matter and what the way they're saying it and the way it's been written, it doesn't get any realer. Is that a word, realer?
It can't be today.
Yeah, that's a word. It doesn't get any stronger. And that's the power of theater.
I'm Lola Ronning, and I play Emma in Something Happened in Our Town. When I first got into theater, it was because of my sister. I saw her get into a children's theater play, and I was just like, whoa, I want to do that.
My name is D'Anthony Jackson. I'm 12 years old, and I play Josh in Something Happened in Our Town. I always wanted to either wrestle, play basketball, or be an actor.
So what happens for me is after school, my mom drives me here like right after.
It is a tight schedule. It's like every day but Monday.
When it's call time, I put my homework away, eat some food, and then go to rehearsal.
Knowing that they have school and a family life too, they have a lot on their plate, so I am constantly amazed and I get emotional because when I see the kids succeed in that and do such an amazing job, I feel prideful for them.
I just can't get over how brilliant these children are. What do I need to learn from y'all is what I really say.
In this show, it really is the kids whose eyes we see the story through and who end up challenging the adults and asking the hard questions and asking, what do you believe? Why does this happen? Talk to me about this. Tell me.
Young people, they're coming at you real and they're giving, so you have to be attentive and ready to respond honestly in the moment with them.
I am used to mostly working with adult actors and having to have a fair amount of dialogue about difficult concepts to get to the truth of it. These guys are right there because they feel it first. So I can use a lot fewer words to get a more impactful result from the young ones. It's much more efficient working with them than with the adult actors. And that's no shade to the adult actors. Yeah.
Timothy it's kind of like a mentor to me. He said there's nothing you can do that's wrong. It's just the way you make it look better.
I need you to be louder and just practice that. Eventually it'll feel natural.
His directions are so clear, and he asks us questions about it and like how we're thinking, and he's like, oh yeah, and he's just really open to new ideas, which is great.
Hello, WCCO. My name is Calvin Zimmerman. I play Malcolm Perkins in Something Happened in Our Town.
I'm Lola. I play Emma.
Hi, I'm Inez Mojica. I play Ling.
Zach Ragnoli, and I play Daniel, and Something Happened in Our Town.
When you go into that rehearsal room, there are people there who can support you, and there are people there that are just the sweetest people ever.
D'Anthony Jackson.
Anthony is really funny, and he's just so nice, and he is such a good actor.
She's like so caring, she's nice, she's always smiling. She just gives you good vibes. Like
they're really good friends in real life, so when they have those like those little moments of tension as their characters on stage, you can tell that I'm like, oh man, this is heartbreaking.
Josh is 8. When he's at his house, he does like order because that's how he's raised. But at the same time, at school, it's different. It's other kids that may not think the same of him.
I think Emma, she's like bright and bubbly, but she's also like very complex, which like is like so real to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Hi Josh. Hey Emma.
I think I'm gonna have a mixture of all emotions, like scared, nervous, excited. Definitely when I look out and I see a lot of people, it's just gonna like give me the chills.
It's so nerve-wracking, but also really exciting because we're like, oh my gosh, there's gonna be an audience. They're gonna see what we've just been working on for so long.
Prepare to get your mind blown, because it's gonna be a really good play.
Hello, my name is Courtney Gilliam. I am the assistant stage manager for Something Happened in Our Town. Welcome backstage.
Going good, we're running through.
When the actors arrive here, first they're going to come up and get their top of show props. They're going to come and stand on the platform. Some of them ride on during their scenes. This is the stage left platform, and it's powered by an automation station, a winch over on stage right that Charles works on the entire show.
Hi, I'm Charles Fillmore, and we are backstage at Something Happened in Our Town at the Children's Theater Company. You can see we got a house set, and this winch controls that set to go on stage. And this computer is the brain to the machine that make everything move. It's pretty cool.
And we set cues through rehearsal on what will come on, what will come off, and make sure that everything flows perfectly with the show. I'm very excited for the show. I think it's a really important show and everyone should come see it.
Cast and crew, Something Happened. It's 7 o'clock. We are at Places Please for the top of the show. Places Please. Have a good one, everyone. My name is Jenny Friend. I'm the production stage manager here at the Children's Theater Company, and I'm also the stage manager for the show. We are here in the UHG Theater getting ready for our final dress rehearsal for Something Happened in Our Town. It's just an exciting time when all the artistic minds, the technical minds are all in the same room together. Lights 183, go. And then I'm doing my work in which I do what's called calling the show. So that's in some ways like a way of conducting the show.
Here's red blue for the students entering, standing by for lights 79 through 81.
I tell lights when to go, I tell sound when to go, I help the actors get on stage safely, I make sure the scenery is moving at the right time. And then the beautiful, really interesting thing that I get to do is once the show opens, I also have the honor of keeping what the director has set intact. So the director goes on to do their next show, and I am here to make sure that the artistic vision stays the same through the entire run of the show. Thank you, crew. Nice job, everybody.
I feel like we're in a great space. Everything that I wanted to do with the storytelling in terms of clarity, in terms of pacing, we have done it, but it is not done until we get a response to it, because the audience is another character in the play.
It feels like really good, and like I'm proud of myself.
It felt great, to actually express the emotions on stage and finally run through all of it just in one take. It felt pretty good.
I've done a lot of plays, but not something at like the Children's Theater before. That was really, really great. I loved it.
It's amazing to be in something so professional and so big, and it's just really nice.
I'm like just still processing what happened.
It's just different than being, because there's people looking at you. And this is kind of like a taste into what like previews are going to be like and when they add an actual audience.
This is a great performance to see, especially if you want to have a conversation at home with your children about police brutality, about race. If you don't know how to start the conversation, this is a great conversation starter.
Now, when every single row and seat is filled, it's going to be absolutely insane when I look through the curtain like everybody does.
My family's gonna be there for most of the time, and they're really proud of me, so I'm happy.
And I'm just so proud of everybody and of all the work that has been done to create this production.
They're gonna give me the chills.
Next time on Something Happened in Our Town, from page to stage.
Opening nights are always a combination of unbelievable excitement and unbelievable terror and nervousness.
Children's Theater Company, Something Happened in Our Town. Open tonight!
Welcome to the Children's Theater Company for our world premiere production of Something Happened in Our Town.
You guys just killed it, you nailed it, you hit it out of the park. You brought your whole selves. You brought your heart, your imagination, your energy. We are so proud of what you've done.
Think about it, take it home with you. Don't just leave it here.
Stage productions like Something Happened in Our Town wouldn't be possible without supporters like you. Help Children's Theater Company unleash the power of curiosity, empathy, and imagination by donating today at WCCO.com/inourtown. Children's Theater Company presents Something Happened in Our Town, the compelling story of two young friends struggling to make sense of our world. Buy tickets for your family today.